Hello, welcome to the channel. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave me a comment on today's content. So we did have a chance to take these rifle out to the range and sight them in and get them on targets. And the Bergaras are using the 3x9, the Springfield and the Tikka. I've got the right-on optics on them. So we'll see how they compare when I put the right on the Bergara, but that would be next. I'm gonna do a head-to-head comparison between the Bergaras with the right-on optics, and then the Tikka will be whichever one I felt that it's gonna be a good match. I'm gonna run it against the Tikka. The reason being, we went out there, and the Springfield just wasn't as expected, and so the bolt smooth, trigger was good and everything, but it just seemed like every time I pull off a shot, it just wasn't consistent. I'll get 2 and then I'll have a flyer. I'll get 3 and a flyer, or I'll have the first shot's a flyer. So now it was windy that day, so I'm not sure if that's a big impact. But if that was the case, then all of them would have had somewhat of a similar result. So I'm gonna set this aside and just run it on its own. But it is like I said, the rifle ran, as far as its the bolt and everything was smooth. It just wasn't as consistent as the other one. Now I did use standard velocity mini mags, and then I went to the other brand as far as the Ely, the Match, and then the SK. The Target. What is it? The Target, the Club, the Team, and the Match, and also the SK Long Range Match. And all of them like the Long Range Match, the SK better, but overall this just wasn't consistent with the Springfield. So we'll probably have to do that on its own. Now, as far as the Tikka, it ran great, not an issue. So, but it did have the right-on on there, so it had a little bit of an advantage versus the Bergara. The bolt was smooth. On all these, it just feels like the bolt latch here. It seems like on the Bergara, it kind of catch a little bit. As far as the Tikka, it's pretty smooth. So I think I mentioned that in the video, and you'll see that at the end or toward the end of this video, this portion of the video. But as far as the Bergara, the 2 Bergaras are shot well. I think I was just again 3x9s in there. Although I was able to get a good grouping, it just wasn't adequate enough for me to make sure that it's compared to the Tikka. But the again, the bolt, there's a slight catch right there, and it just when it hits that actuating on the bolt latch here. So, but other than that, it's pretty smooth. So we'll see. Again, the same thing with the X, and I do really like the texturing and the feel of this stock and the weight of the rifle. But as far as the bolt, again, there's a little slight catch right there. But other than that, both gun ran great, and didn't have any issue with it. But as far as the going beyond 50 yards in a windy day, I think I'm gonna switch these scope over, and then we'll do a full comparison of the Bergaras. And then once that happens, we'll see which one will be a good match against the Tikka. But like I said, standard velocity all the way up to Ely Match and SK Long Range Match. Every single one of the rifle shot better with the SK. Now again, I'm gonna try it again with the same set of ammo and same set of batch on that, and we'll have a chance to go back out there. The next video will be just for the Bergara, and then once that's done, I'm gonna pair that up with the Tikka, and we'll go from there. But stay tuned for the video of the range, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. All right, so finally we were able to get out to the range and maybe possibly do some videos here of the bolt rifle. I'm trying to get them going today. Okay, so from left to right, we've got the Tikka, the Springfield, then the Bergara X, BMR-X, and then the Bergara BMR. We're going to try to just group them up and then do a couple of sight in, and then we'll go out to further distance. Yeah, so we're going to be using a few different ammo after sight in, but I'm going to do the sight in with the CCI standard, and then maybe play with some of these other ammo for it. We'll see how it goes. Okay, first up is the BMR. We're going to shoot some 5 rounds at the 50-yard line. Just going to shoot the plate. Hit. Miss. Hit. Hit. All right. The bolt is pretty smooth, and I like the trigger. It's a factory setting, but real light and crisp. And so far, I'm liking this barrel, this rifle, the chassis. A little light, but other than that, it seems to be okay. Okay, so we're going to put 10 on steel. Like I said, the bolt is pretty smooth, other than where the button here catches. Other than that, it seems to be fine. Same thing with the BMR-X. The chassis is a little bit, it has a little flex in it when you have the bipod on there, but otherwise, it doesn't affect it any. We'll see how it does. I'm going to shoot 10 rounds on steel, from large to small, about 50 yards. Hit. 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 Now the little one. Hit. Working my way back over to the big one. Hit. 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 I'll try the little one again. Hit. One more shot. Hit. Okay. Pretty happy with the performance of these. Again, the chassis here is a little lighter, but overall, everything seems to be fine. This one's on a 3x9 Niton post staff. Again, throwing a couple of the 3x9s on here just to see how the rifle runs. BMR-X, 50 yards, steel. Hit. 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 Try the little one again. Hit. Okay. Again, the bolt, so the brand new, out of the box, haven't shot it.
put a few shots in the sight to get on paper. But the bolt smooth. Seems like it's catching on to this button here, but other than that, pretty smooth. The rifle is heavy enough to where it doesn't move as much, but we did notice that with the bipod on there, when I'm flexing it, the chassis does flex a little bit, so that might that's not going to create a problem. But as far as the chassis, I think it could be a little bit more rigid on that. Had a friend out here, he actually noticed that, so we'll see how that turns out. But as far as where the bipod is and when you shift it, it does flex a little bit. But other than that, I'm happy with the performance of this rifle. We've got just a Bushnell 3x9, but out to 50 yards, it seems to be fine. Alright, this is the Tikka T1X. Tried out a couple of club target and CCI. I'm going to try out the SK. It seems like it likes the SK better. Hit. 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 All right, so it likes the long range on the Tikka.